Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at Noon.
An early morning train derailment sends 3 cars tumbling down a cliff in Bourbon County.
By the end of the workday Monday, over that blue tower, there will be a 250-foot crane in downtown Lexington.
But we're dry outside right now, clouds overhead. That's because of this big system that's headed our way. Then we'll throw off some showers later on this evening. That's when the bulk of it comes in this evening and night. We'll really go over the latest out of this. Do you expect snow, though, on the backside? I'll show you that forecast coming up. WKYT News and News starts right now.
Good afternoon from WKYT News. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Barbara Bailey. Thanks for joining us today. A train derailment is causing concern this midday in 2 Kentucky counties.
The train was traveling through Bourbon County, headed for Virginia, when 3 of the cars derailed this morning. WKYT Sky First flew over the scene, and you can see that those loose cars were filled up with coal and ended up in Stoner Creek. WKYT's Sean Moody is on the ground there, tracking what's going on and what it's going to take to get all of that cleaned up. He's in Paris with our top story at noon. Sean?
Those 3 cars have been sitting at the base of that hill since about 3:30 this morning. That's when the tracks gave way, sending those coal cars tumbling down the hillside.
A police officer told me it appears the ground beneath the tracks gave way as the train was going over them around 3:30 this morning. CSX officials say this was a 100-car coal train going from Toledo to Virginia. Now, 3 of those cars are sitting along Stoner Creek.
I've been here 65 years, and this is the first time that I recall a derailment through here.
There were 2 people on the train. They're both okay. A lot of people came out to see these 3 big coal cars in a pretty unusual spot.
They'll be ugly for a few weeks, won't it? Right. They'll get it done in a week.
Lorraine Smoot brought her granddaughter, Emma, out to see what happened.
And I was trying to explain to her about how the rain makes the ground so soft and the track just fell in. And to see those big wheels laying there detached from the cars, that's kind of scary to think that much impact when it fell off the tracks.
CSX and RJ Corman crews are here now trying to figure out what to do next. A CSX spokesperson said they're making a plan and the spectators are looking forward to watching.
Oh, they got some monster stuff.
They got crazy stuff.
They got crazy stuff, yeah.
And at this point, we haven't heard exactly how long it's going to take to get this cleaned up and those cars out of here. In Bourbon County, Sean Moody, WKYT.
Sean, thank you. The cars are resting on a Paris sewer line right now, and a spokesperson from the Kentucky Department of Environmental Protection says that crews will be bypassing that line, at least for now. They say coal in the creek is not a concern, but it will be quickly removed.
Well, if you have things to do outside, get them done now. Rain will be moving in this evening. It's just one of many changes in store for the week ahead. WKYT meteorologist Micah Harris is live in our First Alert Weather Center now, tracking what's moving our way. And Micah, what is it?
Well, it looks like a big system, and it looks like a pretty violent system when you look at it on radar. But really, this is just a nice little rainmaker that's going to be flying on through. It's keeping our temperatures right around average for this time of year. 42 degrees in Lexington. We're at 45 in Richmond. You see Mount Sterling, Moorhead, nearing that 50-degree reading. And you guys up toward the northeast probably be the warmest zone as we get toward the rest of the afternoon and off toward the evening hours. That's when the rain starts to sweep on in. So we're not rising that much down toward the southwest. And the reason being is you can't see it on Defender, but if we put satellite into motion, then you'll start to see that thick cloud cover overhead. And that's because of one thing, this band of showers, not so much thunderstorms. You could get an isolated rumble as we make our way into the night and off into the morning hours tomorrow. For the most part, this is going to be some light rain, moderate showers flying through the region. It'll be later on, mainly toward after sunset, I believe. So mainly daylight hours look dry, right around 50 degrees the rest of the afternoon. The focus of the forecast is going throughout the next several days because you'll have one system after another. They're not big systems till we hit that weekend. That weekend's kind of a doozy. I'll go over the latest forecast coming to you in just a few minutes.
Okay, we'll see you then. We thank you, Micah. A man wanted for a murder in Ohio went before a judge in Kentucky this morning. Police caught Daniel French last week in Rockcastle County. He's accused of killing an 87-year-old woman in Ohio. As WKYT's Phil Pendleton reports, after today's hearing, French will soon be heading back to Ohio.
Daniel French will soon likely be on his way back to Butler County, Ohio, after this morning he agreed to waive his extradition before a Rockcastle County district judge. French walked into the Rockcastle County District Courtroom wearing that tan jumpsuit and shackles. He sat down and appeared to be looking for someone in the crowded courtroom. His appearance before Judge Scott Lawless lasted only a couple of minutes. He agreed to waive extradition, which means he is agreeing to have authorities in Butler County, where he is charged with aggravated murder, robbery, and abuse of a corpse, come and get him, where he will face those charges. French is accused of killing Barbara Howe, who went missing from her retirement complex. She was later found in the trunk of her car, but police have not said how she died. French apparently was living on Flat Gap Road near Mount Vernon for about a year. Neighbors tell us he was very quiet. He kept to himself. In fact, they say they hardly ever saw him. In Rockcastle County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Phil, thank you very much. Authorities in Kentucky expect French to return to Ohio rather quickly, but they did place his case for review on January 14th to give them plenty of time. A Fayette County judge will be deciding soon if former state lawmaker Steve Nunn can withdraw his guilty plea for murder. Briefs from both sides in the case are due today to Judge Pamela Goodwine. Her office tells us that the judge plans to make a ruling by the end of this month. Nunn pleaded guilty to the 2009 murder of his former fiancée, Amanda Ross, but during a hearing in October, Nunn asked to withdraw his plea.
Police have not said if charges will be filed in a deadly hit-and-run crash. The Fayette County coroner says 23-year-old Jacob Hamilton was near a bus stop on Liberty Road Saturday night when he was hit by a car. He died the next day. The driver responsible for the crash left the scene, but later turned himself in to authorities. Police did just tell us that the driver was not impaired, but the case is still under investigation.
A suspicious device caused a scare this morning in a Kentucky town. The Wilmore police chief says one of their officers there noticed the package in a parking lot near HRS Automotive. They called in the Lexington Police Bomb Squad to check it out. The chief says the package was not explosive, but that it was set to look like it could explode. The ATF is now taking the device to be examined.
Well, developers took the next step today in moving forward with the Centerpoint project.
This morning, they moved in a big crane into downtown, into that lot at Main and Upper. This is the view from WKYT Sky First. The move left traffic shut down for quite a while this morning. As WKYT's Mike Linden shows us, now they're working to build an even larger crane.
After months of planning and applying for permits, a crane will finally be constructed in downtown Lexington today that by the end of the day will be 250 feet tall. Construction on the 3-level parking garage at the Centerpoint site in downtown Lexington is underway. Crews temporarily closed Vine Street this morning to bring in a portion of the tower crane that, when completed, will stand more than 25 stories tall. On the opposite side of the site, crews closed the left lane of Main Street between Limestone and Upper Street 2, which will stay closed until December 19th.
Everybody's seen the drawings of what it's supposed to look like, and I don't know, it's just it's going to be a while for it to get done. I'm sure it'll look nice when it's done, and you know, it'll draw some people down here, but you know, it's progress, whatever that means.
Drivers through downtown Lexington can expect more traffic tomorrow morning as construction crews are going to build yet another crane on the construction site. In Lexington, Mike Linden, WKYT.
Mike, thank you. The closed left lane portion of Main Street will be reopening late in the afternoon on the 19th. That's the plan right now. Well, a major world story that we're following here at midday, a hostage crisis over in Sydney, Australia. There are reports that 2 people are dead, including the gunman.
Police removed the injured from a popular cafe after rushing in for a dramatic rescue. Craig Boswell reports.
Police stormed the cafe in Sydney, Australia, where a gunman had held hostages at the Lindt chocolate store for more than 16 hours. Rescuers carried out hostages and tended to the injured. Earlier, 2 groups of captives were able to escape, but an unknown number remained locked inside.
Hi everyone.
Australian media received a video in which a captive delivered the gunman's demands.
We had 3 specific requests and none of those have been met.
CBS News reports the hostage taker is Man Haroon Munis, an Iranian refugee and self-styled cleric. Police tried negotiating with the suspect, but said his motive wasn't clear.
At this stage, we're not in the business of speculating, we're in the business of investigating.
Earlier in the siege, Australian TV showed an image of hostages holding up an Islamic flag and said the gunman was asking for an ISIS flag to be delivered.
If that flag is brought to the Lint Cafe as a matter of urgency.
While police continued their negotiations, political leaders urged Sydney residents to stay calm and stick to their routines.
Ultimately, we are doing all we can in these difficult circumstances.
Several victims were carried out on stretchers as Australians come to grips with this apparent burst of terror in their country. Craig Boswell, CBS News, Washington.
American law enforcement says there is no sign the Australian attack is connected to a plot in the U.S., but the incident there does make for concern about possible copycats.
Good to have you with us on WKYT News. Sony Pictures warns media companies about stolen data.
What they want from us and why after the break.
And also had multiple dead in one town. Now police believe they were killed by the same man. An update on this developing situation coming up on Kentucky's #1 midday news, WKYT News at noon.